Welcome back to dragon hunting. It felt amazing to hold a ball in his hands again. Amine dribbled and shot, feeling his muscles loosening with each second. He'd really missed this. The sound of the ball hitting wood, the feel of leather against his palm, the thrill of the net swishing after a shot. At no time in his life had he felt freer than playing basketball. Part of his spirit soared as he flowed over the court. It was like an amazing energy burned inside him, and this was the only outlet. Here his body and soul truly became one. He was so engrossed in the feeling, he missed the arrival of Toma's friends. A red-haired man picked up the ball he'd just dunked, tossing it back to him. "Eomine," Toma called, waving him over. "I'd like you to meet my friends, Shin, Ryo, and Seiji." Shin was the redhead, with a soft smile and gentle sea-green eyes. Seiji was blonde, and with a bang more annoying than Toma's. It covered more than a quarter of his face, completely blocking one lavender eye. He put off a cool reserve that didn't really invite you to get close. Ryo had a mane of black hair, pulled sloppily back in a ponytail. His blue eyes were bright and welcoming, matching the smile on his face. The men were all about the same height, except for Ryo, who was several inches shorter than the rest. They were looking at him expectantly, but he didn't know what they were waiting for. Then a loud voice filled the room. "All right!" Arms were thrown around Ryo and Seiji's necks. Ryo laughed, and Seiji looked completely offended at being squeezed to the big man's chest. "I've been waiting for this for weeks!" "Shoo!" Seiji said with stiff anger. "Oh, don't give me that one. You can't fool me, Blondie. You've been just as excited as me for the season to start." He released his two friends, just to hug the other two as well. He turned to Eomine, his hand out. "Hey, Eomine. Nice to see you again." Shu's grip was firm and confident. Eomine imagined he'd handle a ball very well. The warm, genuine welcome put Eomine at ease. Shu was the blacksmith, and they had met a few times at Saren. With Shu's arrival, something clicked into place, and the atmosphere changed. There was a relaxation, or natural rhythm. It was like there were 5 pieces of one unit, so only when they were together did everything become right. "So," Ryo said, "we have 6 players. That's enough for a game." It sounded great to Eomine, but he hadn't seen any of them play before, and 3 of them were complete strangers. It would be difficult to be on a team with them. Shu moved to stand between Eomine and Toma. "I say we do Team Ao versus Team Ryo. That should give each of us a center, shooter, and power forward." Seiji's eyes were cool and mocking. "Sounds good. We can beat Team Aho anytime." Shu grinned. "Bring it on, Blondie." Everyone was smiling and relaxed, so Eomine assumed this was normal interaction with the 2 teammates. Each team moved to an opposite side of the court to warm up. He soon found out that Toma and Seiji were the shooters. Not like Shintaro, but impressive nonetheless. Shu came to stand next to him as Toma shot. "Let me warn you about Ryo. He might be a little shorter, but he's full of fire. Once he gets warmed up, he's really hard to stop, so don't underestimate him. Shin may look all nice and sweet, but once we get onto the basket, he'll dig in and fight hard." Eomine watched the other team, trying to determine how they would play, comparing it to the comments by Shu. "Seiji's a good shooter, but Toma's better. I tend to use brute strength to make my plays, while Shin will use finesse. He's usually our point guard, but he can play the center position just fine. We don't get to play each other very often, so it should be interesting." Eomine could tell Shu was pumped to play the game. "What did you mean when you said you were waiting for the season to start?" "The year's broken into 2 seasons, 3-man teams and 5-man teams. The 3-man team season just ended. The Miracles had an exhibition match last week to close the season. During the 3-man season, none of the 5-man teams can practice or play games. Now we get 2 months of practice, then there'll be a tournament. The winner gets to play a game against the Miracles." "What's the big deal about the Eomine was cut off by a call from the other team. "Hey!" Ryo yelled. "Are we going to play, or just stand around chatting all afternoon?" "Well, if you're in that much of a hurry to lose."